Welcome back. Since President Abdel al-Sisi came to office, Egypt have witnessed a leap in all fields, the infrastructure, the energy field, the health field, also integrated cities, and we have seen many and a large number of national projects. Well, to shed more light on this and on the benefit from the economical side on the national projects taking place in Egypt since President Abdel al-Sisi came to office, we have the pleasure to have this phone with us with Dr. Abdel Maguied, Salama, economic expert. Good afternoon, Dr. Salama.
Good afternoon, lady.
Well, Dr. Salama, the national projects taking place in Egypt have boosted the economy in Egypt. Could you name to us some of the national projects that would bring benefit on the economical side for Egypt? What would you like that we start with? Could you start with us with the, for example, the infrastructure?
Of course, when we are speaking about the national projects, which is under execution right now, we can mention many of it.
Yes.
But I also would like to mention a project which I assume, although it is not probably an easy task, but it's Haya Karima. Haya Karima.
Yes, of course.
Haya Karima, in my personal point of view, it's multi-direction.
Yes.
Number one, you are reshaping the social life in the Egyptian countryside, in the small villages,
yes,
and in the small medium villages. We are speaking about all directions, starting from medical, a lot of health centers to care about health of the people. We are speaking about some schooling. We are speaking about water networks, sewage networks, electric power supply, illumination. Yes. So you are not speaking about one direction. It's as I was saying, reshaping the life in the Egyptian society and in the Egyptian villages.
Yes.
And the number of people affected by this project is estimated, when it is completed, it is estimated at 60% of the total population of Egypt.
Yes.
And and that's what I like it. This is the first time in the history of this country, at least the recent history of this country, the government concentrate on the people, the majority of the people, or if we say if not the high class, but the medium, low class socially, and to do them real services.
Yes.
So this is one of the big projects which I assume it's really very important.
Yes, of course, Dr. Salama, the Decent Life Initiative launched by President Abdel al-Sisi is one of the very important projects by the President since he came to office. And actually, the Decent Life is an initiative raising the standards of living of more than 53 million people in Egypt. So beside also the decent life, how do you see the importance of, transferring or moving the people in slum areas to, for example, the Asmarat project? How do you see the importance of this project?
Of course, you are raising another project which is rebuilding or building in new communities, not only Al Asmarat, but as I understand, the projects include a total of 52 new cities or new communities in urban. And this is another direction. Yes. You have two directions. One of them is to upgrade, rehabilitate existing villages, and this is what was known as Haya Karima project.
Yes.
The other direction is to go to a new area, does not exist at all. It's a new desert area, and the government is building new communities and then asking people to move from different areas into these new communities. So actually we are going in two things, in two directions in this way. One is to expand the area of where the people are living by having some desert areas to be reconstructed as cities or small communities and so on, and it is expanding. Since sometime the government started, but now it's expanding huge. If we are about 52 new communities, then this is the other direction. So you are upgrading and rehabilitating the old existing communities, and then you are creating a new one. That's true, including Asmarat, including some other areas, which is caring. Well, this is very important. Number one, we are caring about people, about human beings of this society.
Yes.
Number two, you are educating the people to live in a relatively better atmosphere,
yes,
which is reflected, and that's why I believe that in short time with these projects, the health of the Egyptian person will be already in a good shape or will be in a good shape,
yes,
and the financing needs of the health organization will be reduced because the people are already living in more clean atmosphere.
Yes, Dr. Salama, also as the president give very good care for slum areas and established the Asmarat project. Also, the president, one of the most important projects is integrated cities. Like, for example, on top of all the integrated cities is the new administrative capital, also Al Alamein city and al Galala plateau. Could you give us your insight concerning the new cities?
I do remember that about a couple of months ago I was invited to speak in one of the Nile TV programs, and we were speaking about it. What's happening is that the government categorized the people into three different categories. A very relatively high category, and in that direction the government developed a very high class cities like the new Alamein, the new Galala, and the new administrative capital, and some others like New Mansoura, plus. On the other direction, they started to upgrade the lower and middle class social life. So we have to admit that the government is going in the three directions.
Yes.
It is difficult. Let us be fair. The task is very high. It's not an easy. It does need real concentration with different engineering philosophy.
Yes.
It does need a huge amount of money. But after some time, and I assume that relatively in a relatively short time, when I say short time, it's not in the age of the human beings, but it's in the age of cities and countries. So in short time, there will be a complete transfer and transformation of the Egyptian community. But we have to accept the idea that it does need a lot of investments, a lot of money, a lot of patience to feel the very positive results.
Yes. Also, Dr. Salama, as the president gave orders to establish these integrated cities, there were mega projects of transportation and infrastructure, roads, accesses, bridges, linking these cities with each other. For example, we have a train that is going to link that you could take from El Galala until El Alamein city, for example, passing by El Ain Al Sukhna. Could you give us your insight concerning the railway projects, and also we don't forget the monorail also in Cairo?
Well,
Yes.
no, we are not speaking about El Galala to El Alamein, but we are speaking from Aswan
Yes,
to
that's true.
Matruh and El Galala. No,
Yes.
it's, well, we have to say that the Ministry of Transportation is having unbelievable program.
Yes.
Definitely new train systems in all the directions.
Yes.
And this is, well, as you said at the very beginning, the government started, number one, by building a huge electric network to serve what is needed and what's planned.
Yes.
And then, in this direction, after building new projects, they started to speak about high efficiency for electricity. So they are doing programs to increase the efficiency of production of electricity and transmission of it.
Yes.
Then we went to the services needed or depending on that, because you cannot do a train service as huge as that if you do not have the enough staff, electricity to serve the technology to be able to absorb the operation and of these things. But of course, yes, the programs in the transportation side, which is in some other direction, it is needed and it is vast. If you are building here some investment areas in the east and some other in the west, it has to be communicated.
Yes.
Related to that, also the road systems, which you need to transport all what you produce, all the people from here to there. No, I think I do admit that the government is planning projects in all the directions of life.
Yes.
But of course, it is a huge project and it does need a huge investment and a huge amount of money.
Yes. So, Dr. Salama, also the president gave very good care for the health file and also for the industry, also the field of tourism, by providing salary or an additional salary for people who suffered from in the tourism affairs during the COVID-19 pandemic, providing support, monthly support, also in the field of antiquities and many fields. So how would all these national products cope with or support the idea that we see on the ground of the new republic?
Well, let me add something. As I knew, being involved in that, but in few years, in the year 2030,
yes,
the government is starting the upgrading in the direction of technology transfer in the very high level of technology production and reproduction. So
yes,
what you are saying is coming to unlimited step. We are actually starting, or the government started from at a certain level And then they started to do the basics, mega projects in the basics like electricity, like roads, like houses, like buildings, like new communities, like raising the standard of life for the people with that, not only in the cities but also in the villages. And then we are now we are speaking about industrial projects in a reasonable way, and then in short time, probably few years, 7, 8 years, the country is going into the direction of technology integration into the society. So, no, I think I have a feeling that, and I'm confident that the government is going in multi-direction integration of the society all together, helping here and there. Do not forget,
Yes.
when we started, we were having a real big problem with virus C, and the government did a big program to overcome this virus C, and it's still trying to control it. So even when it came with this virus corona, the health organization was already under operation of how to face the big epidemic things like virus C, so they were able to handle corona in a better way than many countries.
Yes, I thank you very much for your valuable information. Thank you for joining us over the phone, Dr. Abdel Maguied Salama, economic expert. Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, Cairo Local Time. I'm Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.